Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV, and I took advantage of a really good deal that Microsoft was running this week where you can convert your Xbox Gold account into an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate account, and I'll talk about what I did to get it going in a second. And I thought I would do a video about what Game Pass is like on a PC, because a lot of times we consider Game Pass an Xbox console product, but they've actually been supporting the PC since it got started, and now they're bifurcating the service and offering a PC-specific one. What I ended up signing up for was the Ultimate Edition that includes both the console and the PC. And we'll look at what you can do on the PC here in just a second. But I do want to let you know, in the interest of full disclosure, that I paid for this subscription with my own funds. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own. Nobody is paying for this review, nor has anyone reviewed or approved what you're about to see before it was uploaded. So let's get into it now and see how this Game Pass thing works. Now, if you're not familiar with Game Pass, it is a subscription plan similar to Netflix in that it's an all-you-can-eat buffet of games. They have about 100 games available for the PC and a little bit more available on the console. And as you'll see in a few minutes, there are some games that you can actually cross-play between the two. So you pay your subscription fee, you can download and play whatever you want. If there's a game you really like, you can buy it at a discount in case it ever goes off the service. And of course, Microsoft's games are front and center on their service offerings here. Now, I went down this rabbit hole of gaming the other day when I was looking up the serial number for my Windows license on the Microsoft Store the other day. We're going to be upgrading my gaming PC in a couple of days, and I wanted to get everything ready for that. And I saw a little notification pop up that I was able to take advantage of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for $1. And I said, oh, maybe I'll give it a shot for a month and tell you all what I thought of it. And then, as it turns out, they were running a promotion where I could take my Xbox Gold time that was left and then convert it into Game Pass for no charge beyond that $1. And I said, ooh, that's a really good deal. And then I started looking around as to what people were doing to maximize the value of this offer. And sure enough, what people were doing was going out and getting these Xbox Live digital cards on Amazon for $60 and extending out their Gold account and then doing the upgrade. So what I ended up doing was getting 2 of these cards. I already had about half a year left on my account already, so I was able to get another 2 years added on, plus the time that I had, and now I've got Game Pass until April of 2020, I think 2022 actually, so I've got a long time before I'm going to have to pay again for this, and the effective cost is about $5 a month when you factor in the cost of these additional Gold cards that I got. So I think that's a pretty good deal. Now, they have 3 different pricing tiers on the Xbox Game Pass service right now. And at the moment, it's actually a pretty good deal for PC players because they're offering it at half price. And I'm guessing it's just because the library isn't so strong just yet. So for $5 a month, you get access to the games that they release, all the Xbox Game Studio titles you'll get when they come out. And one of the things that Microsoft has been doing is all of their big AAA releases are typically landing on both the PC and on the Xbox console day one. So if you like those Microsoft games like Gears of War 5 or whatever, you'll get it immediately when it's available for that monthly subscription cost. Now, console gamers can subscribe for $10 a month, but I think if you are a multiplayer console player, you're better off going with the Ultimate account because that also includes an Xbox Live Gold subscription. And right now, it's about $5 a month if you buy the card on Amazon. This washes out essentially between what you would pay separately, and you'll get PC games included into the mix as well. And it also looks like they're going to give you a couple of days head start on Gears 5 when it releases too. So the Ultimate might be the best for those with a console, but if you're just on PC, the PC plan right now, I think, is a pretty good deal. Let's take a look now and see how it works on the PC and what games are available. Now, once you get everything installed, they will prompt you to download the Xbox Beta app. Eventually, this will become part of the Xbox experience on your PC. And if you jump into that app, you'll have the ability to download the games that you get as part of the service plan. So they have, recently added as a criteria. You can also go down here and search by genre. So if I'm interested in platformers, for example, I can click around and see what platformers are available. And what I found overall is that it's kind of a mix between indie titles and some of the larger AAA titles that Microsoft has put out. They have a website where they constantly keep up to date the list of games that are available on the platform. Here are all the PC games that are available at the time I'm recording this. They just tweeted out today that they're adding a few more titles to it over the course of the month here. So right now it's at 112. hopefully they'll get that number up as time goes on here. And there's some good titles mixed into this, but a lot of them you may own already. It will get Gears of War 5 right when it's released, so if that's a game that you're interested in, that might be a motivator, and that is pretty much what is available at the moment. And then to play the games, you just go back into the app and click on the one you want to install, and it will download it for you, and you can start playing it from there. Some of these games are huge. I think Gears of War 4 was like 114 gigabytes or something, so you definitely want to make sure you have enough hard drive space. They do give you the option to install the games on different hard drives. So if I go into my settings here, and I can go in and select the default drive that it installs things to. So I can move it to my D drive here, for example. And that's it. Once the games are installed, you're good to go. Now on the Xbox console, the games are a little bit easier to get at because you'll have a section here within your available games called Game Pass, and you can go through and see exactly what's available. So there's about 244 unique titles on the Xbox right now, and there's more coming. Some of them are kind of duplicates, like this Banjo-Kazooie thing. There's like a rare replay game that's available that's also available with individual titles. So there's a few duplicates here and there, but there's a lot more available, including Xbox 360 titles and others. So I think the experience is probably a little bit better on the Xbox now versus the PC, but I think they're really doubling down on getting games to the PC, and I think we'll be seeing a lot more as time moves on. Now, one of the cool things about the way the Game Pass service works, and actually how Microsoft games work in general, is that there are a bunch of titles that are called PlayAnywhere titles. They're on the PC and they're also on the Xbox, and you can start playing the game on the PC and then pick it up on the Xbox and have your save files sync between the two. Not every game supports this, but a lot of the Microsoft titles do, as they're really trying to push Windows as a complementary gaming platform to the Xbox console. So what I did earlier was downloaded Crackdown 3, and I started playing with that a little while ago. So let's boot it up here on the PC, and then we'll pop it up on our Xbox and see if it will pick up where we left off. All right, so here we are playing Crackdown 3 on my Alienware gaming PC, and this is a game that I started playing a little while ago and have a save file established, and I've made it a little bit into the game here. And what I'm going to do real quick is just pause it, and I want you to make note of these numbers here on the side, because this will indicate whether or not our save file is in sync. So we got 1.62, for example, for our in-game mileage. I think that's what that means. And what I'm going to do now is actually quit the game, and we'll go all the way back out to the Windows desktop here with it. And the next thing we're going to do is switch over to my Xbox One and load the game up there and see if the save game file follows us over to the console. So now we're on my Xbox One console. I'm going to go ahead here and load up Crackdown on that. We downloaded it a little bit earlier. I'm going to push the button here, and then it's asking me to sign in to my Xbox account on the Xbox. I'm going to do that real quick. And what it will do right now, I believe, is check and make sure that we've got the save game data up to date. It did download something there. We're going to go into the solo campaign now and select our Agent Slot 1 and continue the game where we left off. So now we're on the console version of the game, and we're in the same room we were before. It doesn't look as nice on the Xbox console as it does on the PC, but it's the same game in the same spot. And if I pause the game here to pull up our stats, you can see that those numbers, I believe, are the same. I did walk a little bit more here, so maybe it added a notch or two to the mileage, but that is it. It is the same game in the same spot. If I quit this game, it will resync the save file up to the cloud. This computer will pick it up when I go back in to play the game again, and I can go back and forth again between the console and the PC. Now, one thing you just want to be careful about is that you don't run the game on more than one console at a time, because that might result in some save game synchronization problems. Likewise, you'll also want to make sure that your computers are online so that those save files can get uploaded and synced up appropriately. So just a couple little gotchas just to be careful about as you're moving forward. Another thing to keep in mind is not every game that's on both platforms supports the PlayAnywhere syncing. Let me show you an example of that right now. So if we take a look at Shenmue 1 and 2, you'll see that it's available on Game Pass on both the Xbox and the PC. It's got two different titles here, one for each platform. Now, if I go over to the game that's currently loaded on my PC, and we go to continue a game that I had previously started and saved on my Xbox, you'll see that I have no save games available here on the PC, and that's because the Xbox doesn't sync up the save game data from Shenmue to the PC version of it. In fact, on the Xbox, you don't have a single game, Shenmue 1 and 2. It actually installs each version as a separate title, and that is probably why this particular game isn't syncing up very well. So it can be a little confusing as to which games will support cross-platform syncing versus not. And unfortunately, there's no filter at the moment inside of the Xbox app on the PC to indicate which ones do support it. You can go onto their PlayAnywhere website and look them up on there, but it's not going to be immediately clear which games will support syncing versus which ones won't. Now, there are games, though, that do support syncing up here on the PC. So let's jump back to the PC here, and I'll go over to the Xbox Beta app. And what you will see inside of the game here as you're playing it is that it will support cloud saves, for example, but it's not going to cloud save sync to the Xbox, just to another PC. And I'm finding that a lot of the games in the store do support cloud saves, but again, the synchronization between platforms will be mixed. So that's going to do it for this look at the Microsoft Game Pass service, and I'm very intrigued with this. I do think there's more value on the console side of this service versus the PC side, but I think we'll start seeing more titles as Microsoft now has split the two things apart, and they'll be focusing hopefully a little bit more on the PC offerings as the year progresses here. I've got 2+ years here to really give a good run at this thing, so I'll keep you posted as things develop and different titles make their way to the platform. It's interesting, too, that some of the indie titles that you would expect to see on both console and on the PC are not showing up in both places. The Messenger is a great example of that. That game is on here, but not on the Xbox over there, and there's a few Xbox titles, of course, that are not available here. So we'll have to see what this thing becomes, but hopefully it's something that will be delivering more value. And as for me, I didn't pay all that much for it, so I'm pretty excited to have a lot of games at my disposal until April of 2022. Good deal. Let me know if you are a subscriber to Game Pass. It's been around for about a year, so I'd love to hear what your experiences are if you signed up and stuck with it. Let me know what some of your favorite games are, and until next time, this is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold-level supporters, the Four Guys with Quarters podcast, Tom Albrecht, Brian Parker, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.